Did Kanan Jarrus know his fate at the beginning of Jedi Knight Episode 10? Dave Filoni suggested in an interview with comicbook.com that he did. But before we get into that, obviously, this video will include spoilers for Jedi Knight Episode 10 of Star Wars Rebels Season 4. So if Filoni suggested that Kanan did know his death was coming, then did we get any hints or foreshadowing this? I think we certainly did. In my video titled, Is Kanan Doomed?, I suggested that in Episode 9, Rebel Assault, Kanan is stopped by a Loth wolf and seems to gain some deep understanding from the wolf. So we could guess that as an agent of the Force, the wolf was able to tell Kanan he was going to die sacrificing himself. Commenter Joanne agrees with me, stating that I think Kanan realized he was going to die when he said, "I know what I have to do" to the Loth wolf on the freeway in Episode 9, Rebel Assault. Yeah, and personally, I think it certainly seems that this was Kanan's first moment of insight. But another commenter, Raphael, says Kanan gains even more insight in Episode 10, Jedi Knight. In the beginning of this episode, he also communicated with the Loth wolf, and if you listen closely, you can see he was hearing future lines of himself, Hera, and Ezra. Thanks, Raphael, and thanks to JJ for posting those lines on the Force Within Facebook page. You can hear Ezra say in his vision, "You didn't prepare me for this, Kanan, and the Jedi Temple is in danger." So it is very clear that Kanan Jarrus knew his death was coming, which makes him even more of a hero in my eyes. He knew his life was on the line, but he did not struggle with the idea of sacrificing himself for Hera and his adopted Rebel family. Despite the fact that Kanan struggled with self-doubt throughout Rebels, when it mattered most, there was no hesitation, no doubt, just action. But moving on, I also wanted to include this awesome comment from the 4th Methos 2560 about Kanan's eyesight returning. Kanan asked the Bendu, "How do I restore my sight?" The Bendu replied, "You must be empty, there is only the Force." Kanan, at the moment of death, surrendered to the essence of the Force to do what he did. He sensed it and emptied himself. And he prepared himself for this moment by removing his hair, his mask. It was his ritual before he left everything that was in him on the cave altar. The knife cutting away the last layers. This is why his lightsaber was on the ground. It was not part of who he had become. He chose to win by laying down the sword and holding his arms up to surrender to the greater power. Great insight there, Raphael. I would have never remembered Bendu's words, so thanks for sharing that with the community. Vincent also shares some cool insight into Kanan's eyesight returning. Regarding Kanan briefly getting his sight back, remember Darth Vader's final moment when he tells Luke, "For once, I want to look at you with my own eyes." There's a vague parallel to Vader running through this, because Kanan responding to the Loth wolves saying his old name to him, ritualistically cutting his hair and making peace with everyone in his final moments, he shut off his Kanan Jarrus persona and completed Caleb Doom's story, much in the way Vader dropped his Vader persona in favor of attaining closure with Anakin Skywalker. I love that you've picked out this parallel between the two characters, Vincent, and I'm definitely one of those people that likes to see parallels and repetition in Star Wars. Not maybe as much as in The Force Awakens per se, but I'm definitely one that likes to have familiar Force powers and familiar beats within the Star Wars stories. But hey, if this is your first time here, Star Wars fans, I'm Mike, and you've been watching Force Within TV, home of the community video. But before you go, please consider answering the question of the day. And today is a question about the rumored next animation series. This was posted up on the Facebook page. It's rumored that the next animation series will follow the Resistance before The Force Awakens. Is that something that you'd be interested in watching? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, remember to use the Force within you to make the Star Wars community a better place. Share your thoughts and ideas and encourage those who do the same. May the Force be with you.